Alrighty, folks. We have just raised the Crystal Braves. And we're gonna go see what Alphino has to do. See, and I think that we're getting close to the next expansion. What is it, Spanky? And do be concise. I am rather busy. Brute. You would lend a hand, you say? I see. Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that waits for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I had little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labor. Though we are but newly formed, there is already great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions. But I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second-in-command, Captain Ilbird. Tell him that I sent you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Spanky. Where is Ilbird? Oh, he's just over here.
Hail to you, sire. How might we serve you? Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence. Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge. But we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst.
Oops.
We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purpose by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-man army like you.
Well, well. What brings you here, my friend?
He is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you! The honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye. We've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Bah, spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to him, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Ilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway. I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all. So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the Monitarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days, and drink to the future of our homeland. Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
All right. Oh, this looks like exactly like what we want. Our hunt for the Ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice it to say, we must tread warily, but one misstep may cost us our lives. Our business here is concluded for the time being. Let us return to the Rising Stones and report to Commander Levailleur. What's up, buddy? We have returned from Ul'dah, Commander. And not a moment too soon. Something has happened. Trouble? You will recall the Fourth was tasked with reconnoitering the rendezvous site used by the Ivy's minion and his Imperial contacts. Soon after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. Gods damn it. According to the report, one of ours has been taken captive. The Garleans are not wont to treat their bowmen with dignity, and I have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Begging your pardons, Commander, but we have not the time. I'm afraid I must ask you for your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to provide the Garleans with more captives, yet time is of the essence. Simply put, you are the best chance we have. Captain Ilbert has the right of it. I trust you are willing, but of course you are. Now, Alian of the Fourth lies in wait in the Tangle, near the entrance to the Castrum Sentry. Seek her out, and she will apprise you of the situation. Where is the Tangle? What's up, Rick Tig? How you doing? Fine as always? That's good to hear. Also doing fine. It is a lovely Saturday. Whoops. Already hyped for New World, so tell me about New World, because I've been hearing some mixed things about it. Some people are saying they really like it so far, and some people are saying that they think it's not quite there yet. Are you playing it? Are you playing the beta? You would aid us in the rescue mission? We are in your debt, Warrior of Light. Now time is against us, so allow me to brief you on the situation. The Garleans fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Resh and hauling her away to the castrum yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do to flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Garleans may be interrogating Resh, or worse. With her hurts, I fear that she will not long survive their intentions. We must rescue her without delay. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is strong as mithril. None of us will stand by while a comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the Fourth, will infiltrate Castrum Sentry. Please help us find Resh before it is too late. Well, what? It's very cut. No, well, I want to hear what you have to say about it. Please tell me what you think. Ooh, this is not good. Oof. Me as a player, never played before. I never played WoW, but a lot of... What is GW? Oh, Gears of War? Is that? Basically, nice, we have to wait for the end game. Oh, I see. Is that what GW2 is? Oh, Guild Wars. Got it. Wait, so what's all controversial? Where am I? Resh, thank the gods we found you. And thank you, Warrior of Light. Now to quit this accursed place, Resh cannot move with those wounds. She will need to be carried out. I believe a diversion is in order. Might we trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I suspect the Garleans will be only too happy to grant you their undivided attention. If you were to create a commotion within the castrum, we should be able to steal away unnoticed. Let us speak once again, once we are safely outside these walls. Oh, I'm wearing this funky new hat. Look at my, like, outfit. This is fancy. No shit. The hardcore WoW players are not a fan, but these players are much more like casual, waiting for something like New World, because it's more action oriented, isn't it? Right, and there's a lot of PvP stuff involved. More casual. Was planned as a PvP only. They changed the whole game to be more of a mix. Oh, interesting. I saw some footage of someone playing in it, like they had a fort and other people were trying to take it over. Oh, shit. Okay. Why am I being pulled in this direction here? Okay. Okay, why are we so zoomed in? This I don't understand. Thank you. That's much easier to see. Release should be at the end of September, but you're personally waiting for Battlefield. Okay, so tell me about Battlefield. What is Battlefield? Oh, did we not beat this one? Next release, Battlefield 2042. What is that? What kind of game is that? Okay, we beat that one, thank God. Battlefield? This current one is out. It's Battlefield 2042. Yeah, maybe I think I've heard of this game, but I don't know exactly what it is. Okay, sounds good, Rick Tig. Thanks for stopping by, man. Always good to see you. Hey, Sus. Good morning. How you doing? You just woke up? Nice. It must be Sunday where you're at, yeah? Oof. Nice. How is Sunday looking? Oh my god. Nice. Too early to tell? Nice. Awesome. Well, this doesn't get it off to a good start. Cloudy. Fair enough. Is it hot where you are? I guess you mentioned that it was. It's a little dry and toasty here this weekend, I'll tell you that. I'm doing great. It's been a beautiful day so far. Hanging out. Got some stuff done, now playing some games, hanging out with you guys, feeling good. Making some progress here. I think I have to check how many missions there are until the expansion. But I think we should be almost to it. Why can't I attack? Oh my god, that was close. Oh, we did it. Whew. That was close. Elian, I have awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You have done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade Resh is safe, and we suffered no further casualties. Words cannot express my gratitude. All that is left is to report the mission's success to Commander Levaeur. I shall go on ahead to the Rising Stones. Very well. Ooh, hydrate. Good time to hydrate. Thank you, sir. It's important to remember, when it gets hot and dry, sometimes my head starts to hurt and I wonder why. So I go, right, because I'm just sitting here dehydrating all day. Ooh, that's a good emote. Oops, come on. Ah, it does me well to see you thus returned. Though I doubt not your prowess, entering an enemy stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture, and I must confess to having been a trifle anxious. But here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission, as is your wont. Lest you wonder, the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans. Thanks to their expert ministrations, the danger is past. You have my gratitude, Spanky. Okay, sounds good, Size. Glad to have you here. Get your day off to a good start. Allow me to thank you also, Scion. Resh owes you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see to it the men keep their wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I will not rest until we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, Spanky, I realize you have scarce but caught your breath, but I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require that you accompany me to Kurthis. I have been granted an audience with an Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you are ready. Oh, sweet new gloves. Well, we want these. Dang, we are getting all tricked out here. New gloves, new hat. You're looking sharp. Alright. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity, Spanky. An audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Sir Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. We would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Aymeric wishes to meet the man behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Kurthis. Mayhap you feel this to be a waste of your talents, which could doubtless be put to nobler use. If so, I should remind you that more good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than the thrust of a sword. Well, I don't even use a sword, Alphino. A meeting with the Ishgardian ambassador? By all means, I think it is a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual beast tribe activity of late. Belvino believes your presence may help him to secure more favorable terms. I see no reason to deny him. Antecedent, I take it Spanky has explained the situation? Ugh, back to the frame problems. He has, yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurned all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. So annoying, these frame problems. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Abalathia's spine. Ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean alliance formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdrew from the alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silver Tier Skies. Since which time their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their neighbors' pleas, even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Carteneau, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the Alliance at every opportunity. I've explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall as once fell Alamigo. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why, naught. Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so, rather than the lowly messengers we have been fobbed off with in the past, this time we shall meet with the man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive as to think they come to us of the goodness of their hearts. We have something that they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of inconvenient truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expound upon this point, and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Spanky. Our old friend, Lord Horchefant, is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. Let's see if that helps at all. I have this sneaking suspicion that we're just being completely set up here. Ah, Spanky, ever a welcome sight. Our hearts have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. Ah, good Master Alphino, an honor, as always. Likewise, Lord Horchefant, forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have relied overmuch on your aid, since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense. Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? House Fortant may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is of grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Sir Aymeric arrived in Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I am told he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey, and desirous to rest a while by the warmth of our hearth. But if you are willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside the intercessory. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your house sounds, I think it best we proceed to the intercessory forthwith. Yeah, let's get to it. Oh, over here. We have been expecting you, sir. Pray, take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others. Into the intercessory.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Aymeric. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
Yes.
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the Primal Menace. The Beast Tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
I don't like you.
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. The territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Guardians, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
I wanted to waste your time. I was lonely.
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Ah,
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
oh.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
Mayhap.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked.
Oh, shit.
It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
Oh, we get fancy new pants, too. Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Horchefant and find out what he has learned. Yamada! What is up? Thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We are playing Final Fantasy XIV. And I think we are about headed into some nasty business. How are you guys? What were you streaming? Also, I don't know why the alert didn't go off. What's up, Bold? It's Acid. How you guys doing? Oh, you should have got like a whole nice big alert there. No, that is just... If I do it, that's so weird. I have to fix this. Biomutant? How's Biomutant? I don't think I've ever played that. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. You're gonna take a shower and have some breakfast? Okay, sounds good, size. And I think we'll be doing some Storybook Brawl a little later this evening, too. You're enjoying it a lot? You have it on extreme mode. So what is Biomutant? What kind of game is it? Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's Toll as it was passing through Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant, every knight was slain, every crate seized. Then as quickly as they appeared, they were gone. 'Twould be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue the avenue of inquiry in due course. That avenue. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. I don't know. I think we're gonna have a little bitch fight over here. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly. As Lord Horchefant said, let's crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truth, Spanky. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings. Alright, run an adventure. Action shooter hack and slash RPG. Oh. That sounds like fun. So what is extreme mode turn it into? Just like crazy hard dudes? More action, more slashing? Is this it? It's fun for sure. I feel like I've heard about it. I gotta check it out. Alright, dude, tell me what's going on over here. Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Oh, Lord Horchefant bids you speak with us. Then you must be... Beg your pardon, Scion. Yeah, show me respect. As you can see, they left a nary a crate behind. Tipped the wagon for good measure, even. Whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been just easier to steal it, though a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own hidden away off. Ah, but pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis naught but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care at the observatorium could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. Okay. Oh, it must be in here. No. Definitely in there. Ah, no worries. How's your fish do? What kind of fish do you have? What am I missing? It's upstairs. How do we... Oh, there we go. Up these stairs. Like right in front of my face. You don't know the names? Oh, okay. Something fun and exotic. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? Yes, I have. We came upon them before the entrance of the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as. Lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north, our leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek. And then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what happened until I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but took a blow to the head. And by the time I came to, the others were dead and the heretics were unloading the wagon. They'd have killed me. So I just lay still and listened. Iceheart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection. And they spoke of Shiva. Shiva? Alright, sounds good. Enjoy dinner. We'll see you in a bit. Thank you for the raid. Oh, here we are. My desk. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? It seems the Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who was this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of the Enchiridion, Master Alphino? Shiva was a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who lay down with dragons. Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saints of heretics. Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Lord Horchefont, what was the caravan's cargo? Let's guess, crystals? If I recall correctly, the Diamond Forger requested a large quantity of crystals, that's right. Do you not see? Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva. As a beast tribe with a primal, why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Horchefont, would you agree that discretion is of paramount concern? Of course. Don't tell anybody about this. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphino. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is a given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must return to its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you would not miss this for the world. Ooh, we get fancy pants. Nice. New pants. Very well. The persistent attacks on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Minfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Spanky, pray join me in Whitebrim Front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drillamont should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there then? Good. Alright, let's get to it. Oh, he's down here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join in the hunt for Iceheart? Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Drillamont. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. The garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak. That self-same frozen wall which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and all their provisions all but confirms our suspicions. I have heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to Whitebrim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It would be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Aymeric. My god, these guys are just gonna have it out. And so it begins, my friend, though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration. Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Drillamont has one in mind? Yes, yes. Excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done. She looks like a friend of ours. It seems as though we were always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the selfsame result. Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Guillaume? We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in the future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in Whitebrim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, he will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Jean Tremont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. Alright. Let's go snooping. Oh, destination. There he goes. The suspected heretic leaves through the southwest gate. Oh, he's not far. We don't need to call the Chocobo. Yep, stop. The suspected heretic follows the road east. There he is. He heads south. Hey! Hey! Where in the Seven Hells are you? I'm freezing my bloody bollocks off here. I'm here, you blundering oath. Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. Your sole duty is to the... Bloody echo. Lower your voice or they'll hear us in Whitebrim Front. Yes, yes, of course. The Temple Knights are... It's Snowcloak. This is what you bring to me? We already knew about... Our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnels. Dead before they're knowing what's happening. Nevertheless, you waste my time again, is that clear? These people are super cranky. They need like a cult outing or something like that. Alright, we have to go back to Whitebrim Front. So we can do that from where here? Oh my god. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly, yet the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation, and confident they can thwart it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. Indeed. We have long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given what you overheard, I fear that in Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House Durandare knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemies' numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they would take courage from the presence of so storied a warrior. Pray, rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If Halone is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy, Spanky. The lives of our allies are at stake. Yup. That's why they call me No Mercy Spanky. No. Alright, we're definitely gonna fly here. Ooh, this place looks spooky. Or maybe that was where we were going. Oh no, woo woo woo! Oh, more. Pick up the effects. Is this someone just hanging out with us? Oh, I see. This looks like a player, perhaps. My knight sent no word of your coming, Spanky. What has happened? What is that in your hand? By the Fury, those were veterans with years of service. And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered and... No, we have not the men to spare. Not now, not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Templed Knights and Crystal Braves. There must be others, and I'll wager they are on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the guardsmen's watches at our outpost in Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we had caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. House Durandare must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. Time is of the essence, Spanky. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they are cut down ere their swords are drawn. But all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Aymeric everything we have discovered. Alright, Snowcloak it is, and that's, wow, at the edge of the world. I see. Spanky, this is a welcome surprise. Perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Levaeur been informed? The Braves must be made aware. Alright, well, let's go talk to Alphino. Where is he? Oh, he's over here. Wait, he was just over here? You want me to go talk to him? He was just over here? It must be here. I am certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it. This is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins when we should be straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is. Come here, girl. Oh hey, it's her. Ida, right? That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Ida. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Commander Levaeur. It has been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that is not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. Amongst this warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others. We are going in. A moment, Alphino. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking on the surface. But if they were to converge on this point after we entered the tunnel, for all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more a hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. Ahem! A change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Aymeric and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever that tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, or Papalaimo will sulk. Alright, shall we go in? The entrance to the tunnel, sir? It's just over here. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we never would have noticed it. Per Sir Aymeric's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. Okay. Snowcloak. Alright, average wait time about 5 minutes. I wonder, is there anything that we need to hunt here? No, we could go hunt. Could do some of these guild leads. Oh, I see. We gotta defeat the lightning spikes first. Nice. Welcome back, Size. How was breakfast? It was normal? Good. No news is good news sometimes, huh? Oh, I'm not going the right direction. Oh. That was it? Coffee was awesome though? Oh, good coffee in the morning. It's very little better than that. Wow, we are just ripping through these. We should have our dungeon up soon here. Saying about 9-minute wait, and we're about 7.5 minutes in the queue. Huntard character? No, I'm not too familiar with which character is that? Oh. Oh, with the hunter being OP. Yeah, this guy's pretty strong. Oh, well. That's true. Insecure people need to use words like that, I suppose. When they just can't win. Ooh. This is ready. I wonder if we can finish this quest first. Perfect. Oh, see, yeah, kiting, it's all about kiting. Some days I'm in a tank mood, and some days I'm in a kiting DPS mood. And then some days I forget that I'm playing one when I'm actually the other. Ooh, nice music in here. Why isn't my DOT procking? There we go. Alright, one of our guys is going to the restroom super quick, so while he does that, we're just gonna hang out for just a sec. Going for the rest of his week, real man holds it. Yeah, exactly, right? And in the middle of a fight. What other emotes do we have? I guess we're just sort of running around at this point. There he is. No, there is a chat window underneath the camera. These are all randos that we queued up with. But I know you guys can't see the chat, so letting you know we were just standing doing nothing for a second there. Oof. Oof. Oh, this is not looking good. Now it's looking better. Okay, Cena's exercise. Oh. Ugh, why couldn't I move? Oh my god, get me out of here. Oh, we need those spriggans. I guess I was just running around killing them all. All right. Nice. Oh, hey, we went our greed roll. Poor Jet. Well, if he hadn't tried to kill us, it might have turned out differently. Very friendly to people who don't try to kill me. And animals, for that matter. This is a group instance dungeon. What's up, B90? How you doing? Alright. Congrats on finding your voice. How you been, man? Thanks for the lurk this time. How's life going with you? It's been an exhausting 24 hours. Oh my god, what's going on? I knew that was coming. I absolutely knew that was coming, and I walked right in it. Family shit? Oh man. That stuff's tough. I'm glad to hear that it's better now. You're a good man to look after your family, my dude. Ooh, ow, ow, what the fuck is that? Indeed. Good family man. We do what we... Well, you know, some people don't do what we must. But not us. Not good, honorable people like us. We do what must be done. Like, dealing with this nonsense. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no, we almost had it. Oh, I think we're still gonna do it. Did it. He is so cute. Well, he is so cute. But again, with the whole trying to kill us thing. Oh. All right.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light.
Oh.
Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart.
Oh, not a step closer, bitch.
This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light.
Yeah, if it comes with gil and experience.
I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost.
Kill her with fire, right?
You will come to understand that what we do for the greater good.
I mean, if she probably even gets anywhere near a fire, she just melts away.
For Hydaelyn.
Oh, she serves Hydaelyn as well. Interesting. Uh-oh. That took longer than I expected. What news, Spanky? What longer than expected? Well, you just sat out here and waited. So Iceheart is but a pseudonym, not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for their fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised, Spanky. We may yet turn this situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Urianger have been busy perusing the archives of House Fortemps, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you are intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The antecedent should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold shiver. People who don't attack you are the dangerous ones? Ooh, that's a sobering thought. Yeah, see, she wore out a jacket. That's why you don't like the cold of it. No, you don't dress for it. Antecedent, you come to us straight from the archives of House Fortemps. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Would that it had. Urianger and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing on one point. She lay down with a dragon, the gravest of all sins, according to the Ishgardian faith. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and Okay, this is getting kind of spicy. How such a thing could even be possible is quite... Yeah, that was my next question. How do you have sex with a dragon? Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Fortemps. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. There is some speech dialogue in the game, just not all of it. So you have to deal with me sort of doing their voices while we go through it. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to endless war serves the greater good. It would be awesome if it was all of it, it really would. I think Sir Aymeric might take issue with her methods. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Sir Aymeric. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Halone that your ancestors came to this land? Why they took up arms against the Dravinians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will, that unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. It was a different time, nay, a different era, and scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more. It's blowing really hard, man. The man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure. Less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Excuse me. It's an ill wind. That's why it looks so weird. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Moggle Mog XII, the myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Moggles Guard. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation, who yearn for the resurrection of one who embodies their beliefs. That is not pleasing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Minfilia. They have them both in abundance. I have to pee. Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the aetheryte Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another aetheryte somewhere not too far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of this second aetheryte, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in the Sharlayan may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. Yeah, could take a minute. While Minfilia looks into our aetheryte problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly, despite our numbers. Kurthus is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you were not aware. Good. I knew you'd understand. Yu Yohase can apprise you of the details. When the task is complete, come find me at the observatorium. Captain Ilbert and I are meeting to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. Okay, give me 1 second to use the restroom, and I will be right back. Alrighty. Yuyuhase. There you are, Spanky. Commander Leveilleur instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the Third hail from Ul'dah, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand, nary a moment ago I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for Danafin Pass. My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said I do not earn my coin. Well, I'm gonna still tell everybody that you do not earn your coin, just to mess with you. Alright, we are out of here. Fuck this place. Balls. My ankle is on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted as I fell. The others went on ahead through Danafin Pass. Hurry in, you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. The snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Right? Track leads southeast. Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics? I'm not sure. It was a great-scaled beast, and Yuyuhase, I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. Oh my god, these guys are already in so much trouble. Why is the team not sticking together? Oh, he is in trouble. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretic's tracks that I almost failed to notice. You doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest, and lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. Fine. You stay in the snow. I am through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those blue coats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Well, stay with him, then, if you think you'll fare any better. Now, there's no need for that. There are places like this in my homeland. Sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Oh, Yugiri. Yet our lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds, it has drunk deep. No, I've done no wrong. None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will, we shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Do we get to peel his fingernails off? Damn it all. Drama. So drama. Fancy meeting you here, Spanky. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither. What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. Gonna head out for grocery shopping? Alright, sounds good size. Thanks for hanging out. Happy shopping. It came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Arsehart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yugiri and her shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Master Alphino is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for this spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills. Skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until this investigation is complete. That is a most generous offer, Lady Yugiri, and one for which I will gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall ever be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Spanky, let us wait inside for Captain Ilbert to return and deliver his report. Where is Alphino? Where did he go? Oh, not too far. Captain Ilbert seemed confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods know we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. Gab, gab, gab. Chat, chat, chat. Captain Ilbert, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say the man could tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with the benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Forton. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved at least, but what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider, then, that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the fields of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say the agent is among Raubon's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. Oh. To slip into a position of authority unremarked and remain above suspicion all these years. Aye, I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Udaz was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership, only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Uldah's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Raubon faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, aye. The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the monetarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they did so, but simple self-preservation. Had Niall von Darnus' ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would have never risked supplying Raubon with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment danger had passed. Returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting the crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Aymeric, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully the information will be some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Spanky. As the realm's stoutest... Who you call him stout? 'Tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until another path to her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Minfilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such a time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Gridania in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nofika's altar, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. Oh, I guess we have to... Let's go turn these things in and then we can hop over to Johnny. Oh, there he is. My thanks for coming, Spinky. When you are ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. She will show us to the Lotus Stand. The Alliance leaders await you at the Lotus Stand. Will you be joining them now? Yes! Take me to the Lotus Stand.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
Well, guess we're just gonna have to kick his ass.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartano dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the Ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
Better root him out. It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of a resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust amongst the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little and less to the common folk. Take the Lominsons, for instance. Though Admiral Merlwyb outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling, wooden-legged cutthroats. Yet likewise, the Gridanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Uldan scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take that pillar of Uldan society, Teleji Adeleji, for example. But that is beside the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders because they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Cartano is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing, let us speak of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of suspects, and by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate is lately coming to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, Spanky. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Kurthis, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Alright, thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. Really? From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Ooh, fancy new boots. Got all kinds of new boots today. Listen well. The spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Eileen Royale, Roban's second in command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flames, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm had to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Ralban chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The monitors saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And 'twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the alliance. Yet the monitors did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Royale was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be the Ivy has some hold over the monitorists? She knows we're talking about her. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Royale's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Ralban attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless, on some pretense. She is up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames' records for evidence of Royale's guilt. But if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks, every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? Yes. Yes. You have my thanks. Let us go then and take care not to alert our quarry. Oh wait, it's just over there. Never mind. Royal is headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. So, Royal has entered the Carline Canopy, meeting someone perchance? Or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray, look for her within. If she is not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. FME is her name. I shall remain here in case Royal appears. Spanky Spankerson, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant. She didn't come this way. I've noticed every passenger, and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. Oh, I see. Hey children, how you doing? Good to see you. How's life? Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you are sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out either. And the seven hells should she have gone? The roost, how could I forget? Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Muntui tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning, haha. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait, that necklace. You are a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Royal would have disappeared without a trace. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Royal's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall wait for you at the pier. I haven't taken a look at what missions are left, or quests are left on this, and like when the transition happens. I think I read somewhere where we will become outlaws in Ishgard at the transition, and we were very close, I think, to that happening. And it looks like we got all our frame drop problems fixed too. I don't know that it was so much a spoiler so much as it was a review for Heavensward or something like that. There's something about it that talked about how it started. But I gotta tell you, whatever this section is that we're in right now is like, it's like moving way faster than everything was before. This is getting juicy. Oh my god, yes. Alright, I love good music trials. This way, my friends. Oh, the one for Shiva? Is it Shiva? Your quarry makes for the Hawthorn Hut. If Royal is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. Nice, okay. An explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garlond Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, and we have installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Roio would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as a well-known face in the Immortal Flame, she cannot move about Thanalan without being recognized. It would only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. It is for this reason, I believe, she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. The Elizin are a common sight here, and her comings and goings are not like to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorn's hut and catch Royal in the act. Shiva, the woman who fucked the dragon. My people report that our quarry has departed for the Bramble Patch. The ivy returns to the gnarls whence she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Oops. Ah! Oof. Oh my goodness, that almost killed us. Oh, the Bramble Patch. I remember this place. Just beyond, Royal is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. An Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it. With me. Flame Marshal Eileen Royal, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You were followed, you bloody fool. back. Damnation. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, these are dolmens. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely garbed for battle, but if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelveswood? When last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. You would feign ignorance, then? Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. Stab. Even a warrior of Royale's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap then the people of Ul'dah will have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Spanky? I don't know, probably hit that bar. So the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Then I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Please, do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, have you considered training in the art of shinobi? You have the aptitude for it, I believe, so please give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. Alright. Back to Mordona. Is Tatter juggling? That is too funny. Welcome back, Spanky. I understand that Alphino had a task for you. May I ask what it was? Charges of treason and espionage against Eileen Royale? I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth must be, we must trust to the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Ooh, look at this. We are like super decked out now. You're looking very fly. As you may recall, Iceheart used the Aetheryte in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystals she stole from the House Fortemps caravan. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint, but if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say they must be stopped, and stop them we shall. But first we must summon the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Ethernet and thereby follow our quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the Aetherite to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Aetherite upon arrival, a reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Urianger, we have concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution, so we're giving up. Which is why we have called upon the aid of one who does possess such expertise, a colleague of ours who is currently en route to Revenant's Toll from Charleon. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. Since you are here, mayhap we could welcome her together. I am certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Ah, there she is. Waiting. Hi. These are some cool looking characters.
Minfilia, am I right?
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Charlean scholar, and an authority on Aetherite technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Let us return to the Rising Stones at once. We have much to discuss. She's still juggling away. I love it.
It's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
A joyous reunion indeed. Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
She's got a short skirt.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Jarlian to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
How much longer are you playing tonight? Probably on this for another, I don't know, hour or so. And then I'm going to come back and do some Storybook Brawl. Group up Storybook Brawl. I'm going to probably eat something and then come back and do that.
Didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits. And nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Oh. Spicy.
Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
You still haven't found it then, your missing Aetherite?
Why would she be here if we had?
We know that Iceheart teleported to an Aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second Aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the Aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first Aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the Aetherite.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, Aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an Aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Not a bad idea.
Opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal. I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
I have already informed Alphino of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Moonbreeda described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said he wished to meet with you at Snowcloak before proceeding. I expect you will find him waiting for you there when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done on our behalf, Spanky, and that I have faith you will return to us, as you always have. Back to Kurthis we go. It's time. Fantastic. Patch 2.5. How many patches are there in between? Music up. It'd be pretty loud. Let's see if we can bump it a little further. .5 and 2.55 is all we have left. Okay. Good to see you, Spanky. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Ilbert sends his regards, by the way. He attends to the interrogation of Ilin Royal in Ul'dah even as we speak. But I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the Ivy upon your return. I trust that, by which I mean to say, the others are waiting for us at the Aetherite. After you, Scion. There, it's ready. Ah, it worked, I think. Try attuning to the aetheryte now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. We have done all we can, Spanky. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we created. If, by the grace of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. We cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual, and if she succeeds, you will have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, so I would encourage you to call upon your allies. Some may have reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Mornbrida's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Ah, before you assemble your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Aymeric. Sir Aymeric regrets he could not be here in person and asks that I read this letter to you. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat, yet in our hour of need, it is not her knights who stand poised to defend her. Spanky Spankerson, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea, your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in service to a greater cause. May Halone bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. Here we go. Yeah, this is what we want, right? The Akaf, yes. It says less than 5 minutes. So let's blow all our cooldowns now, shall we? Yeah, it's way up. Can you hear okay? Yeah, everything is all... And I just have the master volume adjusted here. Can you hear it okay? Is the music loud enough, or do you want it louder? Because I will jack it up for this one. Oops.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace. A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down. We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
There she is. This music is really good. Got it. Whoa. Sounds like Shirley Manson. No loot? That was sweet. was sweet. So good. These boss battles are getting better and better and better.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool.
Why is it all my fault? There were like 8 of us fighting you.
You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence. Mine is the righteous cause.
She may actually be telling the truth
You
here.
fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you. Following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why. Trapped in a delusion of their own creation, and blind to the truth. Warrior of light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after.
I don't even know. It seems almost like the facial expressions have become a lot more expressive too.
Seek the keeper of the lake. See with eyes unclouded. Do not squander Mother's gift.
Oh shit. It's our buddy.
And so the vessel withdraws, a predictable outcome. Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased. How unfortunate.
By the 12th, you're alive. I mean, of course, why wouldn't you be? Iceheart did what? And you're certain about that, are you? Dravanians are skilled with glamours, after all. Look, if you say that's what you saw, I believe you. Just that I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations, you see? No? Fair enough. I was only asking. Don't gaslight me, Moonbreda. If you ask me, there's naught to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the Rising Stones, eh? We'll get everyone to meet us there. But before that, you had best pay a visit to Whitebrim Front and speak with Alphino. He's probably worried sick about you. What mount? Wait, what's the Oblivion song? Oh, from Shiva Extreme? Oh, you can get a mount that plays. Oh my god, I like barely scratched the surface on all the cool shit in here. Attery's busy playing at politics with the Ishgardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you, hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? Blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again soon. Oh, I see. So once you beat them, then you get a special mount. What is like that? So that's beyond hard. Oh, I see. These ones that say hard. So Thorn March will have one. I haven't done that one yet. Oh, we can't ether to White Brim front because no one bothered to put one there. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, maybe that's where I got that other one. I am still a sprout. Oh, it's over here. There he is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for all of us when I say I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory. It would be so kind. I may stir you with it. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent further loss of life, an outcome worthy of celebration, and one for which we have Spanky to thank. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Aymeric. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. Thanks, Trey. Much appreciated, my man. Thank you for the lurk. In the meantime, Lord Drillmont is caravan ready. The supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport, in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that, I have no doubt. I take it these are the selfsame supplies the heretics stole from the house for Tom Caravan? Less the crystals which comprise the bulk of the shipment, yes? Scarcely a fraction of that which was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. On an unrelated note, Spanky, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. It took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I am told. Men give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray, do not think less of him. Oh, I guess we can actually ether to Dragonhead. That is one place that we do have one. In this godforsaken country. What were you thinking, Spanky? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair? Knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway? And then, engaging the abomination in mortal combat? Why the fury, Spanky? 'Tis the stuff of ballads, a battle for the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. Yet here I was forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But here you are now, and that is what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Aymeric wished to have words with you and Master Alphino in private. He awaits us in the intercessory. Greetings, sir. I shall show you in at once. Yes.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Nautalon.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
I don't know. I think that he's under the influence of the Ashians, so I don't think that's going to happen.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We, too, have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard-Zoma could return?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Oh, snap.
Choose your next words carefully.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's Toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart.
Arrest him.
I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second in command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orchefon, if you would be so kind?
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
Ah. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reappraisal of the primal threat and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes the primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine then, if it became known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon primals, but her civilized people as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could well find ourselves facing the combined might of all Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, Spanky, it is better that we continue this conversation in Mordona. Fantastic. And on that note, I think we're going to leave Final Fantasy here for tonight. Glad we got through Shiva, that we're getting close. We're making some serious progress here. I'm liking how this is all coming together. We'll be back to do this. At the very least on... Well, yeah, for sure tomorrow. For sure tomorrow in one way, shape, or form. But I'll be back actually here in about an hour. And we are going to play some Storybook Brawl for a little bit. So, thanks for hanging out. Shield Win, always a pleasure, man. Thank you for your tips and guidance through all of this. Trey, thank you for the lurk. Everybody else who was hanging out, B90, Size, much appreciated. We'll see you back here in a little bit.